Your foundation should be done, and now it's time for blush. There's a big trend in Japan right now. They're taking sort of red blushes and then layering orangey coral colors on top of that. So right now, I'm just applying red in a large triangle underneath my eye and down my cheek. I'm using an eyeshadow, but I'm just using it as a blush here. I've been doing this quite a lot lately, and I've gotten quite a few compliments on it, so I highly recommend this style of blusher, whatever, cheek color. Now I'm just layering the corally orangish color on top of it. Don't be afraid if it looks like it's too much. If there's too much on there, just take your beauty blender that you previously used and kind of blend it out. Whatever product is left on your beauty blender will sort of mute out the blush, the extra blush that you have on. Next, I took this really cheap palette by LA Colors and I used the peachy color. The reason I used this is because it's not very pigmented and you only want a light wash. So if you use an eyeshadow that's really pigmented, only use a little bit. Make sure to put it all over your eyelid. This will be your eyeshadow base per se. I had to go get a brush because the little foam things they put in to put it on just did not work. I also took pictures of each part just in case the quality of the video wasn't good enough. I don't think I'll be using them. Sorry about this. This was the struggle. I was trying to show you to use this pinky color, but I even pointed to the wrong color. So you use a nice light pink color and put that on your lids just before the crease. So don't pass your crease. You only want a little bit of color there, like a line of color. I think this would also look nice if you used lavender, but I chose to use light pink. Next, I took a black eyeliner pencil and I tight lined my eyes. I then dragged it down following my top lid and just dragged it down a little bit to extend it. If you want a softer look, you could also use brown eyeliner. If this is too subtle, I then traced a line like on top of my lid, following the same procedure I did for the tight line, just dragging it down and matching it up with the other one. Same dealio. If you want it softer, then you can use brown. Next, I took an angled brush and my most pigmented black eyeshadow and I went over and retraced over the eyeliner. I do this to make sure that it stays in place and to sort of darken it up a bit. If you used a different sort of eyeliner, like a liquid eyeliner, you probably don't have to do this. If you use gel, I also recommend doing this just to sort of set it in place. Next, I went back to that cheapy palette and I used the black eyeshadow there to connect the end of the line to the bottom of your eye. I use this because it's not very pigmented. You want it to look a little smoky. So if you have a very pigmented black, don't use too much. And if you want the softer look, just use a brown. You just connect it straight to your bottom lid, to the bottom line of your lid, and you don't extend it or anything. Just fill in that triangle. Next, I'm using sort of a champagne color, and I'll use this to highlight the under eye area, creating sort of an eggyosal, which is like a Korean under eye bag. I like to do this one because mine are usually very huge, and then this makes it look like I did it on purpose. I also use this color to highlight the inner corners of my eye. If you're a lighter skin tone, I think you can still use this color, but if not, you might just want to go straight white. It's kind of shimmery too, so use a shimmery white. I don't draw the underline, like a brown underline under my eggyosal, because mine are already just deep like that, but you can add that if you want. I also added a little bit of shimmery white eyeshadow just to make it pop a little more. Next, I do mascara. Just take your favorite mascara, doesn't matter which one, and I put a few coats each on the top lashes for each eye, and then just one coat on the bottom for each eye. If your eyelashes grow out straight, you probably want to curl them first before you do this, but mine grew out curly, so I just put the mascara right on top of them. Next, I just moisturize my lips with some chapstick, and then I go straight to my lip tint. So first, I'm using a pink lip tint all over my lips. This is the Posy Tint by Benefit. And while that dries, I'll start doing my contour. So I just take a brown powder that's a shade or two darker than my skin tone, and I use my finger to run it down the sides of my nose to shade it in, just to give sort of a slimmer look and to make it more defined. I like to do this to give more dimension to my face. After putting on your foundation and stuff, your face can tend to look flat. Next, I just define my jawline with the same powder. I don't do like a upper cheek contour, just because I feel like it makes it look like I have too much on. So I like to just define my jawline so it doesn't run into my neck and look like I have no jaw. Next, I take a red lip tint and I run it just in the middle of my lips. And while that dries, I'll start doing my highlighter. I'm using High Beam by Benefit, and I just take that under my eyes, up to my temple, up my nose, and just a little bit on my forehead, then on my chin and my cupid's bow. And I just use my fingers to blend it out. I don't use like a brush or anything. I like to do this because it gives a nice dewy finish, which I think combats how my skin looks regularly. I have really dry skin, so I like dewy finishes better because it doesn't make my skin look as dry. Then I just take the red tint again and go a little more in the middle just to make the gradient effect a little more prominent. And as I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll do my eyebrows. Since my eyebrows are really thick already, I just brush them myself. But if your eyebrows aren't as prominent or you have to fill them in, then do so. My sister actually has made a tutorial on how to fill in eyebrows, so I'll put that in the description below. Next, I just put a little gloss in the middle of my lips and blend it out. I think it would be best to use clear gloss, but since I didn't have any, I just used a light sort of peach gloss that doesn't really give, it's not very pigmented, it doesn't give much color. Then you're pretty much done. Do your hair, add accessories, or do whatever you want with it. add glasses. I also have some elf ears, like elf ear cuffs. They're really cute once you get them on. I don't know what was wrong. They were being really difficult. But just add whatever you want, whatever you think makes it cute, or wear your best outfit, or a choker, cute earrings. I also think this would be cute with buns, like make double buns and then wear a pair of those puff earrings, like they're little fur puffs that hang. That would be so cute. Forgot. Set your makeup with a few spritzes of setting spray. I'm using one by Hard Candy. It works really well. I highly recommend it. Bad elf ears. Stay tuned for pictures. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.